Hello and welcome to True Guidance Tarot. I'm Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I am a spiritual medium and intuitive reader. I have got a message today for Virgo, and I've asked my guides in spirit to bring a message through the card that is deeply meaningful and helpful for you this week as you navigate what's going on. What's a very intense week for every single sign. These readings have been really heavy, really dark. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I know that was a really lovely note to say this on, but I encourage you to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Really helps to stay in contact with the higher perspective of what's going on. Even when it's dark like this week, it tells us how we need to be in the light. So if you want to make sure you're moving forward on your spiritual path, a subscription to this channel can really help. And if you're returning, so happy to see you again, and thank you for sharing this time with me. So Virgos, the energy around you this week, we've got the Eight of Wands, which is the invitation to travel, the invitation to go on a journey. This can be literal travel, but it is also the idea to just kind of put out what you'd like to have manifested for you. Now, you are waffling a bit with this Seven of Cups. It's almost like you don't really want to make a decision, and so you're kind of like, well, I kind of might like this, or I kind of might like this, or I might like this. Actually, that looks good too. So you're unwilling to really commit to a particular direction forward because there's almost too many choices for you, and you don't really want to, you just don't want to pick one. But there's an emotional, I hate the word wateriness, but there's an emotional wateriness about this. This Eight of Wands is very directed and very focused and like, we're going here. But this one, your emotions are kind of like, no, not really. I don't really want to go there. And so it's kind of like you're diverting or distracting yourself from having to make this decision, to committing to this one direction. In the traditional deck, it's 8 wands and they're all going the same way. So it's really about focus. But this diffuses that energy. And so let's look for a little bit deeper what's going on. We've got the Chariot going into the moon and then going into the star. So the Chariot is trying to get you. The Chariot is a very fast moving card. It's often a card associated with willpower and victory, that you're going to power your way through to success, but it's definitely forward moving. You can see there's a lot of quick energy moving things forward. So this Chariot is trying to get you to move forward in this direction. So it's kind of like you have the invitation with that Eight of Wands that I was holding up before. Here's your invitation. And the universe and your soul are kind of like, come on, come on, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. You are literally saying no. Do you see the moon card? I don't know if the camera's focusing properly, but she is holding up. She's holding up her hand saying, no, not yet. Thank you very much. And it's interesting because it's the same kind of energy as the Seven of Cups. This watery kind of like, nah, I'm not really sure. It's deeper into this moon card because it has to do with self-deception, things not appearing to be the way they are. But that's kind of what was going on with this card. You're deluding yourself into thinking that you have more choices. And if this helps you make a decision, this card talks about coming in harmony with yourself and your soul again. So there's actually a very limited amount of choices. So, to share a personal story with you, when I got to college, I was so undecided as to what I wanted to do. I wanted to maybe do music, or I wanted to do history, or I wanted to do math, or I wanted to also, so I changed my major literally every week my freshman year, because I couldn't figure out what choice I wanted. But the more classes I took, the more I realized, wait a second, I came to this school because it had a music school. I really want to be a musician. I really want to get a music degree. Actually, I didn't know I wanted to be a musician. I suddenly realized I wanted to get a music degree. I was deluding myself into thinking I even had a choice because nothing else was resonating with me. Nothing else was sticking. But even before I got to school, my soul had pushed me towards that school because I wanted music. I just thought I didn't. I just thought I might want something else. But I would have maybe chosen a different liberal arts school that didn't have a specific music school. But I chose that school saying to myself, well, maybe if I want to decide to major in music, then at least it'll be there for me. But, that was my mind getting in the way because my soul knew what it was doing. My soul knew that I was going to choose music. I really didn't have a choice. There was really only one thing that resonated with my heart and soul. And that's the message here. You think you've got more choices than you really do. The call for the journey comes up, the call for this long-term movement, this long-term growth of a project or a new self or a new whatever it is comes up. And you think you have more choices than you do. And you're trying to put off moving towards making this decision. You're trying to procrastinate it and just kind of keep it at bay as long as you can. But there's really only one choice for you. It's that choice in your soul. And when you decide to do it, it's going to be like this moment of, oh yeah, I didn't have these other choices. And oh, wait a minute, I'm actually at peace with this. So, it's kind of like you're putting off the inevitable because it's already alive inside you. It's already there. Your soul is already there. It's already put the information into your body. It's just that your mind's like, no, not yet. Mind and emotions are like, nope. There might be something else I want to do. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to hold off on this before deciding because there might be something else. There is nothing else. You know what this thing is. And it's time to just step up and say, yeah, this is who I am. This is where I'm going. This is what I want. I can't say that there's any benefit to you putting this off because it's already in motion, and you putting stoppers in it, it's not, I don't want to scare you with a negative consequence, but I'm just not seeing any benefit to putting this off. It's just a block that you're doing to try to give yourself more control, but you already have the control. Your soul has this in control for you. So, just embrace it, go with it, because your soul wouldn't have you doing it if you weren't supposed to be doing it. And your soul chooses it because it brings you joy. That was the funny thing. I was trying to, to go back to that story, I was trying to find joy and pleasure in all these things like history. And I was just finding, I was at odds with them. They didn't make sense to me. It wasn't the beautiful, glowing, sparkling vision I thought it was, gender studies or whatever it was. It just didn't talk to me. It talks to someone else. It doesn't talk to me. There's only one, or possibly two, but probably just one thing that's going to talk to you. So go ahead and choose that if you're ready. If not, you do it in your own time. But like I said, there's really no benefit to waiting any longer. So if you've got questions on that, please let me know. I do love to hear from you in the comments. And if you would like to check out my website, True Guidance Tarot, if you're feeling like you're in the mood for a one-on-one reading or kind of feeling like it's time, a lot of great offerings on there. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a good one.